Welcome everybody to the TAN Council meeting on August 20th, 2016. Today we're just going to go over a very truncated version of the introduction and welcome, since you all have said very much how it's too long. So we will shorten it up just a bit and move into the agenda topic items. We're going to be talking about the TAN AP1 data from the last few weeks. We have data finalized all the way through the end of July, so we'll be looking through all of that. We have a block explorer development highlight that we'll be going through too for the Telcoin network with Adiri Testnet, and be highlighting that and showing that off, and then we'll be doing some Q&A. So just a reminder, today's meeting, we're going to go through those items. These recurring TAN meetings serve the 5 critical functions: providing transparency to our community, structured forum proposals for discussion, enable regular platform updates, communication amongst council members and the community, and then engagement through a question and answer session. The TAN Council is the local governance organization for the Telcoin platform. Together, we serve as provider and administrator of collective goods and services within the jurisdictional domain of the Telcoin application network, or TAN. Primary duties include allocating TEL issuance for rewards on TAN for stakers and developers to harvest, planning and financing the development of the Telcoin application network. We do so by reviewing and voting on snapshot proposals, attending these biweekly meetings, providing regular community updates, monitoring the TAN systems, and enforcing operational rules. Overall, the TAN Council has the authority over minor harvesting and planning and financing of the TAN infrastructure. So just a little bit on last week's meeting. We had a developer spotlight and went over with, goodness, what was his name? Blanking. Justin, that's right. So Justin came on and demoed his payroll app with us in a testnet environment already running on Adiri. I know we had a few other internal calls with Justin as well, so that was a cool use case of a app deployed on Adiri, and we will be kind of furthering some of those conversations with Justin as well. And that is the second developer spotlight that we've had, which we'll probably have some more here in the next few weeks, I would imagine also. But we're going to start with the TAN IP data. Let me share my screen. Get here. Bear with me. Here we go. All right. Can you guys see my screen? Hopefully.
Yep.
Perfect. The stream cannot though, so let me fix that really quickly. Go. Okay. Switch the presentation mode. Perfect. There we go. All right. So just a little bit here on some of the data. If we look up here, this is showing some of the data from the, apologies, 1 second here. Like that, okay. Showing some of the data from the last few weeks. So if you look, we'll look mostly at 722 and 729. As you can see, let me expand this a little bit. Do this. Okay. As you can see, the TEL issuance is hovering right around 2.3 to 2.4%. We had a little bit of a dip into the week of 729 with the number of unclaimed TEL. Our total cumulative unclaimed TEL balance versus our weekly total allotment of right around 3.2 million. So our surplus is sitting around 52 million right now, 53 million. The weekly wallet count, if we look at these 2 weeks, we are seeing still a steady climb of new wallets. So we saw 6, 4, and 2. Unique wallet count continues to trickle up as well. So if we look back kind of at the trend, We can see this is from when we restarted the program, we're at 1,080, and it's trickled all the way up to 1,159. So that's good. The weekly wallet count, as a reminder, is just kind of the active wallets. So that's what we'll see there. This is not including the weeks where we had stakers or where our election and staking for the recent TGIP. So we'll see that on the next run. I'm curious to see what kind of that looked like as well. Let's see, going down in some of the graphs, you can see this is some of the restart that we've had and some of the staker fees and the referrer fees. This is showing just kind of the total type and the split between the two. This is that percentage between the two, and it's staying fairly well balanced. This is the goal would be to see this continue to drive forward into the middle so that we have a more of an even split between that, which means we've got an equal amount of stakers and referrers on the network or participating with the wallet. Here is the unclaimed tail balance. As you can see, this is the weekly claimed amount, and then the cumulative just continues to go there. And this is kind of another really to show that as well. We are seeing, again, this is just kind of that percentage of claimed at around 98 to 97% unclaimed to claimed. And again, this is based off of just the rewards bank of 3.2 million. Weekly wallet count. So this is active wallets. You can see we're kind of sitting around anywhere between 80 to 100 is kind of that range that we've been in for a while. New wallets, we've seen that tick up a little bit comparatively to where it was previously. I think those are all the charts I have for that. Let's see. So this is all posted with the summary tab as well in the Discord if you want to take a look at it. As a reminder, if you're curious about what your rewards are or looking at some of the cumulative data, there's a wallet search right here where you can just take a random address, your wallet address, plug it in, and it will show you cumulatively what weeks you had rewards since the beginning of kind of this program. It helps determine lifetime issuance caps and some other things as well, and look at wallet activity throughout there. Just a reminder, the program as it currently stands is kind of that transitionary program as we move to mainnet. It is meant to be a calculation of rewards, of your rewards and rebate of your trading fees. So that is really what you'll see there. That is claimable inside of the Telcoin wallet. We will have another run that's going to happen today for the epoch that ended in, let's see, yesterday. And that will be for the last 2 weeks as well. So that data is not in here yet. That'll be going from there as well. Can ignore the post restart trends because I have the currently filtered for this tab as well. So any questions from anybody about any of the data sets or anything else like that? All right. I'm gonna quit sharing my screen here then. Looks like next up we have the demo for the Explorer.
Cheers, Derek. Yeah, okay, so this, we've been working on a block explorer internally for quite some time now. It's pretty much ready to go out to the public, so we can share the URL. Basically, on the network, we've got the devs have built a new feature called the XX feature, which is quite a special tool way of developing on the network. Basically, it's called the XX execution extension. It's a Wreath framework that lets the indexer or other apps hook directly into the node's block execution pipeline. So as each block executes, we can capture and index the data we need. This is specifically for the Block Explorer: transactions, transfers, contract state in real time, without modifying the core node software itself. So this is like a really fast way to get, especially for an indexer, to get data in real time and to build up, from Genesis. So yeah, a huge amount of work has gone into this. I spent ages building it, but we did have a period. We didn't release it originally because I hadn't got the indexer side hooked up to it, meaning that it didn't have all the data back to Genesis. But now it's all working. It's all real time. It's got all the blocks. The blocks go all the way back down to oldest block 0, block 1, 105 days ago to the latest. So you've got all history on the blockchain. You've got every transaction that comes through 1 minute ago. Instant finality, obviously. You can see epochs page. This needs some more work. It's not 100% how we want it, because there's a lot of work to do to get into the consensus part of it. But it's all right for now. It's live. It tells you the leader distribution on the current epoch 412 and the last 11 blocks, but it's the execution side, not the consensus side. So we've got a little bit of work to do there. Validators, it will show you who's active in this epoch as well. So every 6 hours it changes to a new epoch. So the order of validators can change. But yeah, so we've got also, you can connect your wallet. So for example, I've just fixed this bit here. I'll just show you if I connect my wallet. Connect to the site. You then can click on your own wallet. You can see all your transactions that you've done from the beginning of Testnet. You can see all your token transfers as well from the beginning of Testnet. You can export data as well, export your transactions and export your token transfers. We've also built in, or Noah did, he created a token registry contract and deployed to Adiri testnet for all of our tokens that are available on testnet at the moment. And then I've integrated that list into the Block Explorer with also like an autocomplete list. So you start typing the token you want to see. So let's say USD, for example, you can click on it. It takes you to the token, pulls in the metadata for the token. So website address for it, the logo, its ticker, you can see how many transfers have happened with the USD on testnet. So it's got all of that. You can load more all the way down there. Again, you can go to a different one, EGBP, click on that, take you to the Telcoin GBP token as well. This metadata is it's pulling in live from the contract, and the way we're going to do tokens on Telcoin network is going to be on chain actually. So a bit more work to go for it, but we'll have like a submission if somebody wants to launch a token on the network. Will get verified. Once it gets verified, they receive an NFT to say that they're the token holder, or the main token issuer or whatnot, and they can update their metadata as well on chain, so they could update their website address or whatnot. So all that's working, and the same is for if you're searching for an address, for example, it will auto complete your address as well, so you can check the Telpet's address. Same thing with, like, you can look up, let me just get one, you can look up, let's have a look, contract addresses, for example. So you can search contract address. This is my Telpet's contract address. I haven't uploaded it. You have to upload the ABI for it. But then once you do that, you can interact and read and write to the contract itself as well. So that's all pretty cool. And it's really fast. And we've got a dedicated, VM, which is running the indexer, and the front end hooks into it. So yeah, you can go, it will go public now, so you can use it. The other thing is, if you want to use this as your default indexer, because we've currently got two, the other one's on telscan.io, but this one's using the new XX feature. So it's kind of how we wanted to test parts of the new development way on the Telcoin network. But you can actually go into your MetaMask. If you're using Telpets, for example, you can go into your networks, you can go into your Adiri, you can edit, you can then add to the Block Explorer URL there. And then when you look at something like activity, you do something there and you click on View on Block Explorer, it will open up the actual transaction page as well. So you can make your MetaMask use this Block Explorer if you like. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, I'll put all the links out in the telegrams and stuff, and probably Dali will do some tweets on it. But yeah, it's free to use. Also, we've got another link down the bottom here, which is the status page For Adiri Testnet, this is live. Live. You know, if one of the validators goes down or any of the RPCs goes down, this you'll see here there was a blip there. Something happened there on the consensus block, but nothing to worry about. It'll go red if something happens, but I think it pings every 1 minute. But this is all coded into Kuma, so this is all live data on the current status of Adiri Testnet. So, and that's just at the link at the bottom of Telscan.xyz. So yeah, everyone can go and test it out. Also, I've worked hard on it to be mobile, to work well on mobile. So on your mobile, it should look like this. Still a few little bugs, still working on stuff, but overall, you can also disconnect your wallet. You can then reconnect. You can use, whatever wallet you're using. Obviously, either grab your MetaMask, you can click it, or connect your wallet, and then you just click on your wallet. I might add holdings here as well, but I'm not sure yet. But yeah, at the moment it shows you all your transactions all the way down. Click on any one from ages ago, 23 hours ago, that one, from to, how much gas you've used, success, all the standard stuff that you want on a block explorer. So yeah, it works pretty smooth, pretty fast. And you guys, community, can test it out now. I'll give the link out, and yeah, any bugs you find, just let me know. That's pretty much it. Any questions at all?
Okay, Boo.
Yeah, if a new asset was added to Adiri or the Telcoin network, what would be the process?
So we will have, right now we have to add it to the token registry contract, so we would update that. But what we are going to do is either on this Explorer or maybe on the Telcoin.network website, we're going to have like a form that you would fill out to list your token, and then once it's verified, you'd get an NFT in your wallet, which allows you to control the metadata on chain of your token. So, like I said, when you go into sort of like EUSD, let's assume EUSD was mine. This is the token page for EUSD. There's other metadata we're going to add in here, but for example, you'd be able to, because you have an NFT in your wallet that says that you've got the token's valid and approved to use on the Telcoin network, you'd be able to go in and edit your image for your for your token. You'd also be able to update your website and other metadata as well. But we'll need a form to fill out to sort of get approved to be. That would be, you can always deploy a token on Telcoin network, but if you want it to display on the Block Explorer, then there will be an approval process for that.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions?
Very nice.
Yeah, no questions. Just wanted to say it looks slick and
Yeah.
it's rapid.
It's rapid.
Really fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like because it's because we're using XX feature and it's got a pipeline directly in, to the consensus and everything like that. It just gets the data quick, and then, the VM, the indexer, just index it rapid in a SQL, and then this works by talking to the indexer by API, and it pulls in all the data like just instantly. So it's pretty cool.
It's wild, yeah.
And because we've done a lot of performance improvements, like Grant, Steve, Oni, and Noah, they've all done so much hard work and haven't even pushed the performance, the tweaking of the performance, but they've done so much so far. So right now, Testnet is sitting at about 8 gigs in size since the beginning of Testnet. And this database as well for the indexer is around 400 megs. So, we've got plenty of, there's not much bloatware. And there's still more improvements to come with the performance. So, yeah, it's looking really good. This VM we've got set up for the index is a 100 gig disk, and we're using 8 gigs of it so far. So, plenty of room. And then it's easy to add more space as well. So, yeah, lots of work to be done. We've just got this is kind of the first time that the XX feature has been used. Admittedly, Grant helped a huge amount because obviously it was him and Steve's idea to add that, but he helped a lot with the actual module of the XX side in the actual code base of Telcoin network, and then I built the rest out, the front end, the indexer, everything like that, and connected it all together. So yeah, big team effort, but yeah, it's working super smooth, and everyone's welcome to go and test, thrash it. Any bugs, just let me know. I'm working on. I did some updates just before I joined the meeting as well. So there's going to be ongoing development on it anyway.
And how does it work? Does the indexer itself use XX, or
Yeah,
what's
exactly
the actual
that.
process?
Exactly
Okay.
that. So what it is, it's actually like an observer node, but it's a slight different variation with the XX, using the XX feature. And then how it works is an API in the middle from the front end, which talks back to the indexer, the XX indexer, which is an observer node basically. And there's a custom API in the middle that only allows this domain name telscan.xyz to access the API. So the data is fully loaded through the API to the front end. And previously, because we didn't have the indexer, and this was only a light explorer, which is why I didn't bother putting it out to the public, because it could only, follow the last 200 blocks, for example. So it was pretty pointless. That was using a WebSocket RPC method. So it would, every time, if we had 100 users that went on to the old version of this, it would create 100 WebSocket via the RPC, to get the data. So that obviously that was just me more building the front end and testing. And now we've got the XX feature and the API. It's no longer using like the WebSocket via RPC. So it doesn't matter if there's 100 users on the page. It's the same data everybody sees, because it's one API call, to the front end, which just updates every, I think it's 30 seconds on here. So if I do a Telpets transaction, let's have a look. Let me just do where is my thing here? So if I do a quick transaction on Telpets, okay, so that's done. I won't wait for it to do it, but if I refresh the Block Explorer now, it's already there 8 seconds ago.
Dang.
There you go. Yeah, from my Telpets wallet up here. So yeah, it's rapid.
So
it's useful.
Is this like, I'm still trying to get it straight in my head. Is it like the old way? You'd be kind of calling RPC calls on the blockchain state.
Yeah.
And that's like a bottleneck. But in the XX, you've got full access to the whole blockchain database.
Exactly.
One way of putting it.
Yeah, because we've got a dedicated observer node running as the indexer. That's part of the network anyway. And then the XX feature basically exposes that pipeline of data to the API. So it's like a dedicated API into the actual node itself, which then has access through the XX feature directly to the consensus layer and everything.
And in like kind of quote unquote traditional block explorers like Etherscan, they are building their own database from the blockchain database and like indexing it, basically,
exactly.
and then they're reading from that. But in this case, you can read straight from the blockchain.
Yeah, it's got like a lens directly into the blockchain, if you want.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's why I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's why it's so much faster.
That's cool.
But yeah, it works super smooth. I mean, I've been working on this for months, but I've been running it every day and just watching blocks go up and epochs move and things like that. So, it's super cool. It's super smooth. So yeah, I mean, everyone's got to definitely try it out, because we need to improve it more, but I think it's a good start.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't build it. I'd waste so much time just clicking on stuff and seeing how quickly it loads. That's cool.
Yeah, well, actually, Grant wanted to build it in Rust, so it was a bit of a challenge. We used Dioxys, which is like a kind of Rust kind of programming way of doing things. So, yeah, it was a challenge for it being built in Rust and not other types of code. That was a challenge, but all of that really helped with the performance of it as well. So I just don't think it's just not the API and not just the observer node. It's actually, because it's built in Rust as well, it's actually running super lean.
Awesome, love it.
That's great.
Good work.
Well done. Any questions from the community on anything? Let me take a look. Just lots of compliments, no questions though.
If Dali's listening in, you can make a nice one of your fancy graphic posts, mate, if you want. No problem at all. Put it in the telegrams and discords and stuff.
Perfect. Good deal. All right. Let's see. To minimize this really quick. I think that's all we have on the agenda for today. Unless I'm missing anything else. We'll have some new things that'll start popping up as we get closer to mainnet launch with some more TAN IPs coming out for rewards distribution and a few other things for developers and other areas, and something we'll need to start thinking about as we go through this process. So I know there's some framework done, but yeah, that'll be kind of the next step or iteration of as this moves along. So, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing on the XX feature. This is something that we're going to document on once we get the new unified web launched and we've got the developer landing page. We're going to have like lots of information for developers on how to build the Telcoin network. We're also going to most definitely have a detailed explanation on how developers can make use of the XX feature. Like another thing that we're going to start maybe working on soon is like subgraphs using the XX feature. So you can build so much with it, and it just makes things a lot easier. So we'll document that on the developer landing pages somewhere, and how the XX feature works and how to get started with it as well.
Excellent. Good deal. All right. I believe that is it for today. That's all on our agenda for today, but we'll have more next week at the Platform and Treasury Council on Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And then we will be meeting for the TAN Council again in 2 weeks, same time, same place. So if you have anything in the meantime, you can reach us on Telegram or X or Discord. So please reach out. Let us know if you have any questions. You can engage in the forums as well with the proposals there. And looking forward to seeing you all next time. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Cheers.